What is up, you? Do you ever wonder how to hack the productivity monster? I've got some good things for you. First of all, from one creative being to another, productivity. I love a good checklist, to-do list, but I'm also like, ooh, shiny object syndrome often. Like I can't sit down. I can either sit down for 5 hours straight or like not at all. There's no gray area for me in this one. I don't know if you relate to that at all. But here's some of my favorite productivity hacks that I use when I remember and as often as possible, and especially when I'm feeling like nothing's getting done and I'm getting frustrated. So, first of all, don't let your structure be boring. For a creative person, an artist, a whimsical rebel that you are, I know, sometimes we think structure is a limitation, but for magical, whimsical people like us, structure can hold a container and be a very, 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 very good thing. So I highly, highly recommend, like, you don't need to be in the 5 a.m. club. No, you don't have to. If that's not your jam, don't do that. But do find your favorite schedule and then do that same schedule as often as you humanly possibly can. For instance, on a Monday through a Friday, I'm getting up at the same time every day and I'm trying to go to bed at the same time every day. This in and of itself creates some just grounding for us crazy whimsical types. It gives us a little bit of like, oh, okay, yeah, I know what I'm supposed to do now. For a brain that likes to, like, switch gears and be creative and not stay on any one thing too long. Okay, so that in and of itself is a game changer. But I do like to productivity hack number one, if you want me to number it out for you, is I start work. I start sitting down at my desk and doing work at the same time pretty much every single day, unless there's like some other disruptor in my calendar. It's very rare. I also get ready. I know, for you who love your pajamas, but what this does for my brain is it allows me to be like, okay, we're working now. So I do get ready almost every single morning. I usually put an outfit on, do something to my hair, and put on a little bit of makeup just to signal to my brain that we are doing stuff now. So highly, highly recommend that. And then just the nitty-gritty productivity. Every day, take 5 minutes, like literally 5 minutes. You can do this. I know there's like really long processes and like mapping all kinds of things out, but at the beginning of your day, just journal, or like it doesn't even need to make sense. Just take like 3 minutes if that's all you can handle. Like just what I call mind dump. Just release everything that's in your brain that you're like, I have to do this and I have to do this and I have to do this and I better get this done and I better get this done. Then, depending on your goals, circle 1 up to 3 things. That's it, my friends. 1 to 3 things that will move the needle forward on your most important goal. So, if making money is your most important goal, then circle the thing that's going to move you closer to that. It could be writing a marketing email. It could be going live on Instagram and sharing about your new program. It could be looking at your finances. I don't know. I don't know. But this is and then pick 1 to 3 things that if you ended this day and those 3 things were done, you would be so happy, over the moon. Yes, high-fiving yourself, asking for high fives from strangers on the street, and being like, I did it. I was productive today. So pick those 3 things. Everything else gets put in the parking lot, gets put on the back burner, and only focus on those 3 things. Then from those 3 things, pick which one is the most difficult thing to do and do that one thing first. I know, don't hate me. We only have so much time and we only have so much attention. And yes, we only have so much willpower. So when you do the most difficult thing first, one, it's going to give you a charge of energy that you're like, yeah, I finished the thing. That was really hard and I did it. And often it's a ruminating over it for hours, sometimes days, sometimes weeks, that makes it feel more difficult and like it will take longer than it actually does. So do the hardest thing first because you can typically talk yourself out of it by 3 p.m., right? Am I right? Am I right? Yes. Or when other demands fly into your space. Okay. I don't even know what number we're on. We're just going here. So take notes. The next thing I want you to do is is it Pomodoro? I think it's the Pomodoro method. Anyways, set a certain amount of time and do not get up. Do not check your email. Do not check your Instagram. Do not do anything other than that task for that amount of time. Guys, the longest I can do this is like 45 minutes, sometimes an hour. So I will literally set a timer for 45 minutes and I won't switch gears. I won't change tasks. I will only focus on the one thing that I am doing in that moment before I am allowed to get up, eat. I love to distract myself by getting a snack. Believe me, you will shock yourself. Okay. I don't know the exact statistic, but it's something like if you start something and then stop and then try and start again, it takes at least 20 minutes to get back into the groove of that thing. Like, by all means, take care of yourself. If you need to take a bio break, please do. However, I think anyone can sit and do something. Let's put it this way. If I can sit and do something for 45 minutes, so can you. This I love. Like when I do this, my days are just super productive. I feel very happy with my results. And usually the tasks at hand aren't as difficult because I'm actually spending focused time and energy. Now, after that 45 minutes, then you get to give yourself another chunk of time, 10, 15, 20, whatever. It's your world. Like you create your life, okay? Then you get to get up, walk around, go get a drink, go outside, like just don't keep sitting there. If you're really I'll be honest, I've been in a groove after that 45 minutes and I've stayed like 5, maybe 10 minutes longer just to wrap up whatever I was working on. And then I've gotten up and I've spent a good 15 minutes just up, breathing, walking around, doing the things, like just to go talk to my husband really quick, go eat a snack. Like I said, my favorite thing to do is eat. So take that time for yourself. So, okay. Let's do a little recap so far. First of all, try your best to start going to bed and waking up at the same. I'll do another episode on morning and evening routines if you guys are into that. But anyways, start waking up and going to bed around the same time every day. Tell your brain you're in charge, not the little crazy little voice in your head, but you're in charge. So start trying to go to bed and waking up at the same time so it's not such a struggle in the morning or in the evenings. Next, dump everything out that's on your mind. I don't even care if you want to I'm not sure the water heater is getting hot enough. My mother-in-law is bugging me. I should really Windex that glass table in the living room. You could write down whatever is taking up space in your brain. Give yourself some space, right? And then circle the 1 to 3 things that it's going to move the needle forward on your most important goal, intention, whatever that's like broader, like whatever intention you've set for the week or the month or for the day. But usually there's like a bigger vision in mind that you're now accomplishing each and every day. Circle the 1 to 3 things. Do the hardest thing first. Sit for, I like to do 45 minutes, then take 15 minutes off and just look at the amazing amount of stuff that gets done. Now, I have clients who have like kids around and they're doing multiple different things. Just trust me, like if you can gift these like 45 increments to yourself, if you have kids around, just like I feel for you. Like I know it's difficult. Try it, like if there's support in your house, anywhere, anything you can do to give yourself at least an hour, 2 hours a day uninterrupted, you will be so shocked at what you'll be able to get done. And I love this 45 minutes on, 15 minutes off. Try it, my crazy, lovely, beautiful, rebellious, artistic friends who have shiny object syndrome is like, ooh, squirrel, like, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. That's 100% me. And this has really, really helped me get that little monkey brain like tamed a little bit, monkey mind. So those are my favorite productivity day-to-day hacks. Also, just as a woman, like navigate what your energy levels are throughout the month. If you haven't seen it, I have this productivity for women. It's really, really cool. It's like doing your best given where you are at in your cycle. Sorry, dudes, if this is uncomfortable, but it's like we are very introverted at certain times. We are very extroverted at other times. So it's like use that to your advantage as you're planning your months and your weeks and your days. Okay. We're not meant to we're not robots. I'm all for the productivity conversation, but I also think, don't go against your own grain. Like, that's why I'm like, if 5 a.m. club isn't for you, don't do that. Like, sometimes I get the greatest sparks of creativity at like 11 p.m. And then I have to maximize on that sometimes. It's rare. It doesn't, and I've like really trained myself over the years to have a like, how do I want to say this? More funneled creative energy, so I can kind of guide it a little bit more. That's a good way of saying it. I can guide my creative energy a lot better than ever before using these techniques that I've just shared with you. So those are my productivity hacks. And then you'll see, okay, this is another little like bonus. If certain tasks that you think were important keep getting pushed down the list because they're not actually in your top 3, and then the next day they're not in your top 3 again, and the next day they're not in your top 3 again, ask yourself 2 questions. 1, can someone else do this? Can I delegate this to someone else in my household? Can I hire an inexpensive virtual assistant to handle some of this? Don't make that complicated either, you guys. Do not make that complicated. There is like your college age neighbor next door would love, an extra little bit of cash to fund his fun plans on the weekends, or hers. So there's always resources around you. Get resourceful is what I'll say in here. So get resourceful. Is there someone else that can do this? And the second question is, does this need to be done at all? Maybe it's not moving you closer to what you actually want to do. And so release the pressure of this extra to do that's been on your list. Maybe it's not something you need to do. Maybe it's actually not that important to you. But if it is, handle it, take care of it, or delegate it, and do it within the next 48 hours. Otherwise, it has to go back into the parking lot, never to be seen again. Okay? So, and I say all this because I think we're moving away from it, which makes me very happy, but there's still like pressure in like, work hard. You're only going to get it if you work for it. And it's often, you guys have heard of the 80-20 rule. It's 20% of what you do gives you 80% of your results. So there's usually only a very few amount of things that are actually going to make you successful, move your needle forward, develop a stronger brand, build a greater business. Those few things are what you need to put your time, energy, and attention on, not everything else. And for my multi-passionate, multi-path, multi-directional people, this is really where I want you to give. This is a gift. Give to yourself, because it will help you so tremendously speaking from experience, like channel that energy, guide that energy in such a spectacular way that it will not stifle your creativity at all, but will expand it exponentially and allow you to really begin to truly move the needle forward. So try these productivity hacks for creative people. Oh my gosh, yes, you shiny, magical, wonderful butterflies that you are. I want to know like what you've gotten from it. Post on your Instagram. Tell me your little ahas or takeaways, or if you try any of these, tell me your results. I want to know. I want to know. More podcasts coming at you soon.